Hey everyone, this is Brainwavez, and in this video I'm gonna show you how to create deep basses like Fly. This whole project file, as usual, is available on my Patreon along with many others, so feel free to check the link in the description if you want to get it, and let's get started. The BPM for this tutorial is 140. The arrangement of the drums, it's pretty simple. I just have a kick, three snares layered. So first one, second one, third one, and they all have a little bit of a reverb automation. And then a hi-hat just going all the way through with a little bit of volume automation. For the basses, I'm using Vital. For the main bass, I'm using two chains in here. So first chain is just the sub bass, so I'm cutting everything above 100, and I'm turning the volume by 3 dBs. The second one is all the other frequencies, so I'm cutting everything below 100 and leaving all the rest of the frequencies. So the Vital patch looks like this. It's just a sine wave. The volume is being automated by the first LFO, which is on trigger mode. The envelope just has a little bit of attack in here, as you can see. And in the effects, I just put distortion, sinefold mode with these values, and a little bit of chorus with these values in here. So the preset without the post-processing sounds like this. Then I put an envelope follower, and that envelope follower is being mapped to the amount of the erosion. So I basically just clicked on mapping here and clicked on amount, and then I set the parameters to be from 0% to 50%, and I increased the gain by almost 5 dBs. After that, I put an EQ, just cutting some of the frequencies around 120, and I boosted around 200 and 290. And then I finally just cut the sub bass, because I have this one for my sub bass, right? So that's for the main bass. This is the melody that I'm doing. Then I have a couple of fills like this one, which without the post-processing sounds like that. For the patch itself, I'm just gonna mute all of the elements. So I have a sine wave. I put smear. I set it at around 14%. 5 voices of unison, 9%. And the level is being modulated by this fill first LFO. Then I turned on a second oscillator that has this low high fold wavetable, and I put form scale at 0%. FMing to the second oscillator is enabled around 10. And the level is also being modulated by the first LFO. Lastly, I put a third oscillator, which is a sine wave. Once again, this one is going direct out, so it's not going through the effects, it's just going directly out to the speakers without going through the effects. That's working as a sub-bass layer basically. And once again, the level is being modulated by the LFO. Then on my effects, I have phaser with these values, distortion, soft clipping, compression, EQing, reverb, and a filter being modulated by the LFO. Then outside of the patch, I just put an EQ, boosting a lot around 100, and reverb through automation. Then after that, I have this other fill. So without any of the post-processing, sounds like this. So this thing here is the initial wavetable, but I put the harmonic stretch mode and I set the morph at around 23%. Then I put a filter that is being modulated by this LFO, which is actually not doing that much, it's just like a tiny thing. Then I put some multiband compression and some distortion. So without that, pretty quiet. Then distortion. And after that, put an auto pan phase all the way down, rate of 164, like the fastest rate that you can go with this mode, and amount at around 92%. Then erosion to create that top end after the volume modulation. EQ, boosting a lot the sub bass and also the low mids. And finally, another reverb through automation. Then I have a last bass fill, which is just a sample of mine. It doesn't have any post-processing, just a little bit of reverb automation. And all of those reverbs automation just helps a lot with maintaining the flow throughout the drop. So I'm just gonna solo the synths. So that's without any of the reverb automations, but then if I turn them on, you're gonna notice how it kind of flows a little bit better. So yeah, all the reverb automations are just helping with the flow and the vibe of the drop, basically. Then after the synths, I have some fills like this. Which are just some like tonal stuff that helps with the vibe of the drop. They have a lot of delay and reverb as well. Without it, sounds like this. So pretty simple stuff, but once you put a ton of reverb and delay and OTT before, they sound like this. And then I have like some just normal crashes and stuff like that. So that's pretty much everything. Thank you very much for watching. As I mentioned, the whole project file is available on my Patreon, and also I'm doing one-on-one coaching. So if you want to jump on a Zoom call with me, feel free to check the link in the description for that as well. Please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and I hope we see you around.